I just want to know if I need to share the screen.
So there is a tab at share screen. You can click yes. It's visible.
Okay. So good evening, August jury members. This is Balaji DK, 2015 batch IAS, presently posted as Commissioner, Kurnool Municipal Corporation. So I would like to place before you the work that we did in Kurnool, which can be titled as bin free and GVP free city. GVP stands for garbage vulnerable points. I mean, before I get into the PPT, I just want to give an overview of how sanitation was being conducted before undertaking this initiative. Actually, what happens is every day, sanitary workers from municipal corporation go house to house. They collect garbage and they use push carts. Basically, they use a push cart in that they will take the garbage in a bucket and they will come and put it at a place. Say, let us say such places are called. What to say? We used to call them mini transfer stations, basically, because on the screen you can see one a dumper bin kind of a thing. This is a bin where they were supposed to unload the garbage collected from the households, and from this bin it had to be transported onto a tractor or to a tipper or to a compactor, and then it was being taken outside the city. So thus the objective of this bin was for facilitation of waste disposable by the corporation. But unfortunately what had happened was people treated it to be just another dustbin where they could freely throw garbage whenever they wanted. Because of this, so many people, rather than giving garbage to the sanitary worker who visits their house every day, they used to just come and throw the garbage at the dumper bins that were located in about 204 points in the entire city. Thus, unfortunately, all these places where this dumper bin was placed in order to act as a transfer point to take the waste outside the city, that itself turned out to be a garbage vulnerable point. That is what we call GVP. Then also because of this, every time, every road in the city, every gully in the city used to have big dump of garbage at any point of time in the day. So because of this, corporation was getting very bad name. Whenever any public saw the garbage dump in their village or road, they used to just say that corporation is not working. Because of this, it was difficult for corporation also to elicit public cooperation in other domains also. Suppose the corporation wanted to collect property taxes. Corporation wanted to collect water charges. Then the people used to say that you people are not at all working. Why should we pay? This was a very tricky and embarrassing situation for the corporation. So at least, and also this garbage dump had some other negative repercussions also. One is that whenever there was a garbage dump, that used to be a mosquito breeding ground, that used to emit lot of foul smell, and also it was a place where pigs and other stray animals used to gather and breed. So it used to be a very nuisance point for the entire residents and the city, the city dwellers dwelling in and around. So in order to do that, then we decided to remove this garbage, the dumper bins altogether. Our objective was, by removing dumper bins, we will be able to remove about 204 garbage vulnerable points or black spots. Our thought was, just because there was a dustbin visible to the public, they had the liberty, they had the freedom to throw the garbage there. If the dumper bin itself is removed, then slowly public would would accustom to not to throw the garbage onto the streets, but to give to the municipal sanitary worker who visits them every morning. With that intention, we launched this program and we removed all the bins. This is perhaps the background of why this project was conceptualized and why it was rolled out. Then my presentation is divided into these contents: overview, objective, strategy, monitoring, outcome, and sustainability. Then this, I have already explained the necessity why we had to remove all the dumper bins. The objective was obviously to make a city a clean city. And now the strategy that was followed is first step was for us to identify garbage vulnerable points, and anyway we knew the places where we had kept the bins, but there were some places which are out, I mean where we had not kept the bins, but still people had the habit of putting the garbage there. So thus, using our field staff, we just enlisted about 60 such locations where there were no bins, but still there was garbage being dumped. And second was, we knew that there were about 204 places where these dumper bins were there. So the second thing was, obviously, one fine morning we decided we will remove all the dumper bins. Of course, city would become a little would get disturbed for say a week, 10 days or so, but we were ready to take that hit, but we want for a larger outcome in the long run. So thus we eliminated all the bins in one day. Then suddenly what happened? We had to ensure that if, see, earlier what used to happen, when there was a bin, even if sanitary worker who did not visit them, nobody cared, because anyway I had a place where I could go and throw the dustbin. But in the absence of such the dumper bins, it was mandated that 100% waste had to be collected from households itself. So thus we had this RFID system of scanning every gate which is visited by municipal sanitary worker. Earlier that scanning percentage used to be say 3%, 4%. But later, once we started this drive, within 15 days, we could ensure that scanning percentage, that means visiting percentage, reached almost 80% everywhere. So then also another thing that we noticed was, until then the waste was being collected only from households, but from commercial entities, but from say community places like schools, markets, hospitals, the waste was not being lifted by corporation at all. This removal of bins opened our eyes up to this new reality. Then again we went back to the drawing board and we decided, we formed new teams, we hired new tractors, vehicles, and we started door-to-door collection for commercial and community entities also. So, and for this, especially for this commercial and community places, the trend was that every day in the morning, one time we used to collect the garbage, but in the night what used to happen was, they used to throw all the garbage just onto the streets and then close their shops and then go. Then we started collecting the garbage twice every day, once in the, say, somewhere around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, once around say 8 o'clock just before they close their shops, so that we assured that as far as possible all the waste was collected by corporation itself, and there was very minimal scope for anybody to throw the garbage outside. But however, same things. Yeah, once this elimination of bins, once whatever we have, whatever is being projected here, in the before, this is how the place used to look like, and later after we removed, it started looking very decent. Then again we had another major challenge, and these are all the photos which I have already explained. So, and then this is one point to which I want to draw your attention. Again, now once we remove the garbage, but again, how can I stop a person from putting the garbage there? Is it practically possible to keep police or policing watch on every individual in the city? No. So we wanted to bring about a community movement. We wanted to make that place which was earlier black spot or garbage of a vulnerable point, we wanted to make it look very beautiful. The tendency is that even if we go to a foreign country, or say even in a good city, in cities like Indore in India, whenever we go, the mere reason why we don't throw garbage on so many spots is that because whenever everything looks neat and clean. Suppose we go to a mall where everything looks neat and clean, so we search for a dustbin and we put the garbage there. But it is not so if the place itself looks very dirty. Realizing that, actually we started we started cleaning the place, we started beautifying those places. This beautification was actually done in 3-4 types. One is that we call muggu in Telugu. We used to clean that area using cow dung and also water, and we requested the local people to maintain that area, just as is being seen in the photos here. This is, we requested them to keep that area like that, say for 10 days or 15 days. So whoever had the habit of putting the garbage there for say 10-15 days, when he or she saw that place which was very neat and clean, would definitely would not throw there. And once that habit gets discontinued, he or she would not throw garbage there. Thus we have been able to beautify about 200 spots. In some places actually we saw, if there is some activity there, then nobody will put the garbage. So such activities would be like, we started putting some children play equipment, gym equipment, so that every time there will be someone there. So that would actually embarrass anybody who would come and put garbage there. Then also, in order to galvanize one second. In order to galvanize public movement there, actually, so we said that all the corporators, including mayor, one day we said that would go sit at the garbage points throughout the day, from morning till evening. We bought these type of umbrellas and we requested the mayor, all municipal staff, we assigned places to them, and they sat from morning till evening there. So what their only objective was, whoever came there with the intention to throw garbage, we educated them. So thus, when the entire city there were about 200 places. In 200 places, there were about 200 such umbrellas, 200 public representatives or municipal staff sitting there and educating the people. We wanted to make it a public movement one day. So thus that actually galvanized the spirits of people. And finally, that sense of the necessity of keeping the city clean started getting ingrained in the minds of citizens slowly. And also in some places where we could not see much of a difference, we started putting CCTV cameras also. So that CCTV cameras, and we started writing that this area is under CCTV surveillance in order to make it a deterring factor. Thus, added to that, we started, we made it a public movement. We conducted rallies. We made it, actually, we started playing videos in the theaters. We started Nukan Nataks. Lot of IEC activities also were conducted simultaneously. With all these efforts, today I can proudly say that Kurnool Municipal Corporation, which earlier had about 204 dumper bins, which were like garbage points, and 60 other points, about 260 points are totally the garbage has been wiped out. And today even public are actually appreciating the corporation. The smiles that we see on the people and the happiness that we see on the people cannot be explained in the words. So just the best part about the entire thing is that now corporation people are respected in the cities, and now any activity that we want to do, there is, not much resistance which we used to see in the past. So thus this one initiative of removing the dumper bins and beautifying the places and continuously keeping a watches on those places which did not get converted into green spots in shorter duration has yielded very good results. So, and drawing a lot of public appreciation. So thank you, jury members. And I just wanted to make it like a story. So I had to, I did not take it like a PPT. So I had to jumble between the slides, and sorry for the inconvenience. Hope I have made my points very clear. Open to queries. Thank you.
Well, you presented your story beautifully. There is no doubt about that.
Thank you, ma'am.
And anyway, the photo showed the outcome, which is quite pleasant. I just have a curiosity. You did have those 206 garbage transfer points where the carts will come and dump, store it so that some truck will finally carry it. Now that you remove those points, how did you transport?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, madam. I think I should have added that. Sorry, I forgot. So okay. What we did was, rather than having a permanent bigger in those places, we bought some 60 liter small buckets actually. So at one place, as soon as that is transported into a tractor, we took all those buckets and kept it in our municipal offices. So only for the time period where it was necessary for transporting into the tractor, those small buckets were there. In other places, there was no such thing on the road actually. That's how we could handle that logistical
So
challenge.
you mean to say the carts will come and put their garbage in the bins which are kept in the municipality office?
No, madam, it is like this, madam. These push carts will have about four, bigger 60-liter bins. So earlier what used to happen, these bins used to come and put it in a bigger dumper bin. From there it was transported to a tractor. Now what we did is, you please don't put it in another bin. Whatever you have collected, the same 60-liter bin they used to, they keep at one place, and they were given more bins actually. So that once that one bucket, one 60-liter bin is filled, they will take new bins and go to the new houses. Thus, once they finish their round, say about some 6 to 8 bins, subject to the the number of houses, they would get filled. They would be immediately put into a tractor, and the bins are actually, the empty bins are again kept in municipal offices. Hope I am clear, ma'am.
Basically, you change the pattern of transportation.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Simple solution, but made a result.
Ma'am, pardon, ma'am?
Simple solution, but gave good result.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Balaji, I think you have also door-to-door collection system in your city, Kurnool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it very efficient? Means the door-to-door is collected every day, or on alternate days in some cities, as we see?
No, sir. It is collected every day, sir. I can confidently say because of two reasons, sir. One is that actually now this, scanning has been mandated, sir. There will be RFID tag attached to every gate. So whenever the municipal worker goes to pick the waste, he or she will scan that, and that would get recorded on my, MIS portal, sir. But that is that is one criteria. Another criteria that makes me more confident is I'm not seeing garbage on the streets these days, sir. So the places where people used to put, they're not putting garbages there. No new places. If the garbages are not being put on the streets, nobody would keep them for long at houses, sir. So that itself makes me very confident that door-to-door collection is happening.
Yes, in fact, an efficient door-to-door collection system is very essential for keeping the city clean. Otherwise, people live here and there. So that creates a nuisance and public
Yes, sir.
hazard also.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very
Yes,
much. Very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.